What's up, ladies and gents, Noli here. Welcome to another Payday 2 video. This is another DLC announced for the 30th of April. It is the Butcher's Western Pack. It's another great looking DLC. I know it's divided the community as ever. Half of us thinking that, wow, we love spaghetti westerns, this is going to be great in our game. And the other half thinking is this going to fit in the style Payday's going for. Well, I'm not too worried myself. I'm very excited. This little Source filmmaker trailer was very stylish and really got me hyped. So there's a lot to be seen that I'm excited for. First of all, I love the video. There are a lot of nice little Easter eggs. Vikland's music shop, as you can see up there in the top right corner, but I'm not going to show that right now. Link for that's going to be in the description below if you want to check that out. I'm going to read this out first and foremost. It sort of outlines what happens in the trailer. So, Gun Barrel, Nevada ain't big. It ain't big enough for a lawbringer. It sure ain't big enough for four of them, and Sheriff Cloaker aims to keep it that way. If a lawbreaker comes to town, the sheriff takes him out. Wild West style. It's high noon, Sheriff Cloaker is ready, the lawbreaker is ready. Draw. Now, it says the four of them because there are only the four sort of quintessential main characters in Payday in this trailer. Don't worry, no one's fallen off the perch just yet. Now, as you can see, as I've already said, DLC is available on the 30th, and it's a $5 DLC, as we've always seen with these weapon packs. It's up to you whether you decide that's a worthwhile purchase on launch. Always remember, they do go cheaper over time if you'd like to buy them during sales. So keep that in mind. Most DLCs tend to be playable in one way or another if one of your friends pick them up. These, of course, you do need to purchase if you want to use their weapons. So it's totally up to you. If you don't like the style, wouldn't recommend picking it up, but I think some of these weapons could be very strong, a lot of fun, and that's what I like to see, a good balance between the two. Day 2, we're going to be seeing the weapons, the stats, potentially the attachments. Day 3, as ever, we are going to see the materials, the patterns, the customization, all the aesthetic stuff, all the achievements, and of course we're getting the DLC itself around about 7 GMT. So let's go back up here to the trailer, and I'm going to talk about a few things I noticed in it that might get you guys excited. They weren't too hard to pick out. I'm not pretending that I've made discoveries that you guys won't be able to, but there are a few weapons that we have had almost confirmed for this DLC, I imagine. Number one, if you didn't see this one coming when we heard there was going to be a Western DLC, the bow and arrow. Now, this is something that people have asked for, and I've heard a few people in the past, or I've seen them sort of raising their eyes and thinking, what a ridiculous idea, that's not going to fit in Payday. Well, the way they're doing it, they're going all out. We are having a wooden string bow and arrow as far as we can see from the trailer. It is a wolf wielding it, I believe, and he does something pretty nasty with it. I'd love to see how strong this bow and arrow is going to be. I expect there to be a really high skill curve. It should be hard to aim, but if you do hit, it better be satisfying. It better be powerful, very much like the Huntsman in TF2. Please give us those one-shot headshots on everything. And I mean, I know this seems ridiculous, but you're fighting a lot of enemies with armor. How are you going to make it so our bow and arrow is worth something? It's a paid DLC. You need to balance this so it's available on every difficulty, every playstyle can at least have a go with this thing. I wouldn't like to see it as a stealth weapon only, but I would love to see it have some sort of stealth functionality and maybe be a better choice for one reason or another than just going in with your standard pistol. How Overkill chooses to balance this is very important, if you ask me, to the success of the DLC. Another couple of things that we noted, it'd be very hard not to notice, the akimbo magnums in the pocket of the cloaker in the trailer. They could just be the Broncos. It's distinctly possible what we're going to have is the ability to dual wield akimbo them. I'd love to see that first and foremost, but there may well be a new pistol added in this update. Not so sure right now. But the weapon that we can confirm, or almost can confirm, is it didn't look like a repeater to me, like a sort of cowboy repeater. What it looked like was a Model 1887 shotgun. We just recently got the Jocelyn. This could be an even more powerful shotgun, and I'm excited to try it out. I was always been a fan of the 1887 since I remember playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, and it was an absolute monster on that, and it might be a monster in Payday again. It's going to get the nostalgia flowing, and I'm so excited to try it out. This kind of thing is what makes or breaks a DLC for me. If there is a very strong weapon that I can have a lot of fun using, I already really enjoy the shotgun class, and this might just revitalize it again. I'm going to have to whip out the shotgun build. So please, Overkill, bring us another good shotgun. Finally, we noticed our specialist, Hoxton, was carrying, or Houston now, he was carrying the dynamite. Now, seeing a little bit of speculation on the dynamite. I think I can pinpoint exactly how it's going to work. More than likely, seeing as how we've already got a new throwable in the form of the Molotov cocktail in the barbecue DLC, it's probably going to be another throwable replacing your grenade. And the way I imagine it's going to work is it's going to work somewhat similar to how C4 does. You can place it at choke points and potentially detonate it yourself. If not, I don't understand how dynamite could really work any differently to a grenade. So, interesting. It might work in a timer. We don't know how it's going to function, but either it has to have a different sort of blast radius, different sort of throw distance. There has to be some reason to use dynamite over a grenade. I'd hate to just see it as an aesthetic change. I have heard people talking that it might be involved in some sort of heist in the future. I don't really foresee that. I imagine, again, as I've said, so everyone can use it at any time. More than likely a throwable replacing that grenade slot. So one final thing to mention. Aesthetics, we know there are going to be some nice aesthetics coming through. We've already seen a hat. Maybe a cigarette's going to come with that in the form of a mask. They'd be missing a trick if they didn't bring the good old-fashioned bandit mask. There are so many amazing ideas. Maybe a headdress. I can't wait to see what Overkill comes up with. I'm very excited for this DLC. It's going to be wacky. It's going to be unusual. But if you're into that sort of ethos with Payday that's been going for lately, I'm all behind it. Give me your thoughts. Are you a bit skeptical about this DLC? Are you looking forward to it? What are you looking forward to most? How do you think they're going to balance that bow? That's a lot for watching this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.